When I went to my first world title fight was with Tony the Tiger Lopez when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez in Monterrey, Mexico. Like 50,000 people in the audience, and everybody was a Chavez fan. So was I, right? And but as we're walking out and walking in, these Mexicans drink a lot of beer, and instead of going to the restroom, they'll piss in a cup, right? And on the way out, then they end up throwing it at the competition, and we were the competition. So that was pretty hostile for me. This is probably one of my proudest. This is when I got certified by the Sit Not On Association to be a crew, to be an instructor in Thai, and I was one of the first Americans that were certified to teach the sport, man. It goes back to like 1974. So yeah, so they that's a real privilege, for me to say I've done it. Yeah, well, ASK, the American School of Kickboxing, and I opened it with a credit card. I was training fighters in boxing and kickboxing, and I was known as the guru of kickboxing, so to speak. And we would always train in gyms and all that. So I saw a place that was open, or vacant, I should say, and I went and talked to the owners. And with a credit card, I opened up the school. I bought my equipment. I paid for the carpeting. I put the mirrors up, and as soon as I had a grand opening, we were quite successful because of the reputation that I had. And I ended up having some, always had great fighters that I trained, but I trained everybody from kids to adults, and Carla and Angela and Jacob, my kids, and even my wife Charlotte. They all trained, and I used to take the little kids to karate tournaments because kickboxing was just non-existent. But they used to have the Muay Thai shorts, and they used to wrap their hands just like a fighter, and and all these other guys in gis would freak out, and they all did well in the tournament. But yeah, ASK, the American School of Kickboxing, kind of crazy, yeah. But when I did play to the bone with Woody Harrelson and Antonio Banderas, I wanted to be with Antonio Banderas because he was Latino, right? Well, Chuck Bodak, my mentor, got in front of me, so he got that spot, but ended up that Woody Harrelson ended up getting cut in the movie, and I got all the work. And as a matter of fact, a couple of times the promoter and the trainer say, don't worry, you got the best cut man in the business, And Chuck Bodak, being my mentor, says, damn, man, you got all the work. I said, well, you got Banderas, So my wife and I got to go to the red carpet, and we did the Hollywood thing and all that, and it was just, what an experience, man, And Antonio Banderas kisses my wife in her hand, and she just,
Did people think that you were Santana on the red carpet?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
So you've worked with Chuck Norris also?
Yeah, Chuck Norris and Bob Wall. That he used to manage Dennis Alexio, the guy I used to work with. As a matter of fact, I saw Chuck at the first Pride event in Las Vegas, and he was telling me how proud he was, to see me where I've grown and all that, and it's kind of nice.
How would you rate his skills as a competitor during his prime?
I ain't gonna say that. My skills were better than him. Yeah,
really?
Yeah. So absolutely. Yeah, my skills were a lot better than his.
So in your prime, you against Chuck Norris, who takes the victory?
I would have took him. I had power kicks. I had strong kicks. I had fast kicks, and I think I would have broke his leg and broke his arm. No doubt about it. I've done it, so I know. I broke a guy's arm one time in Thailand. We were kind of sparring, and he had his girlfriend that was there, and he was kind of showing off and all that. And he watched us spar, so I was all right, we'll spar. So I threw a kick, bam, and he went to block, and bam, ended up breaking his arm. So I didn't mean to, but it's just the power of the kick, and that's one thing that I had is I had the power of the kicks, and the finesse of Taekwondo, so I could do it all, and I was real happy with my skills.
This is Aaron Tru with MMA Prime TV, and I'm here with one of the most recognizable cutmen in all of combat sports, Jacob "Stitch" Duran. You have a new book coming out. Tell us about the book.
I'm real stoked about the book. It's called From the Fields to the Garden, The Life of Stitch Duran. It was authored by Zach Robinson, that I never met before. Now we're good friends only because of the work that he did. He's such a good guy. But he put my life into words, and, the reviews have been great, Aaron, and you're here doing something with me, so I must be doing something right.
As a child growing up, you came from humble or somewhat humble beginnings. You were a cotton picker.
Yeah.
Did you ever think in a million years that you'd be sitting here now, a beautiful house, beautiful family, and a successful career in Vegas?
Well, yeah, thanks. And I was a cotton picker. As a matter of fact, I just got a call from, ex-world light heavyweight champ Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. It's a Hall of Famer, and he read an interview on me and called me and said, "Stitch, I didn't know you picked cotton, but that's what I did. I was born and raised in a migrant camp, and my birth certificate even had the address of CPC Camp Number 8 for the California Packing Corporation. And but I'm here now, and never thought I'd be in this position in this sport. You know, my thing was always to be a Major League Baseball player, and I thought I would be a pro in that, and I didn't get the opportunities, not because of talent, but of being at the right place at the right time and economics. But here I am as a professional in boxing and kickboxing, and I'm on top of the world.
Your book tells a lot about the beginning of your life and how you got into this profession. Not a lot of people know you actually aren't a doctor. You were in the Air Force, opened your own successful kickboxing school, and you would corner your own guys, and you were their cut guy. So did you learn learn on the job? How did you learn to be a cut man?
Yeah, and you're right. You know, I had ASK, the American School of Kickboxing. That's how the name Stitch came to be, because I worked a cut, and I was just learned to be a cut man. This guy got cut, Dave Rooney, and I put a butterfly on him and say, hey, you save me some stitch, you know. But, I learned on the trenches, and, you know, in the old days, the old veteran cut men wouldn't divulge, quote unquote, their secrets. And, you know, one guy literally just blew me off and told me, you know, F you know, you got to learn like me, and I'm taking it to my grave. And when he told me that, I said, you know, I am going to learn, I am going to be the best, and I'll never be like him. I'll always go and I'll educate, and I'll have people, you know, teach them the proper way of doing things.